Since the end of December, the Boston Celtics have played like one of the best teams in the NBA. Their most recent stretch of play has transformed the outlook on this season. On December 29th, the Celtics were 16-19. As of today, March 26th, they are 46-28. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this, please. Since January 29th, the Boston Celtics have only lost a total of 3 games. This is a record of 22-3 in their last 25 games. And they've won their last 5 games in a row. And they sit just 1 game back of the number 1 seed in the East. This kind of run has turned me into a believer and raises the question that I'm asking you. Is this team a real championship contender? Let's find out. Defense. The Boston Celtics are the NBA's best defense. They've been great, historically great defensively. And this team has that ability to absolutely stifle an opponent. Damn near all of their rotational players are excellent on defense. Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams III, Al Horford, Grant Williams, Derek White, and the list goes on and on. This group of guys can play some goddamn defense. And they have the versatility to switch on the perimeter and inside guys they have as well who can wall up and can spike the shot out of the paint. The Celtics rank number 1 in opponents' points per game, number 1 in defensive rating, 2nd in blocks per game, and they rank in the top 10 in these categories. Personal fouls, which is 5th. Opponent second chance points, which is 7th. Opponent fast break points, which is in the top 10, as well as opponents' points in the paint. This defense is insane. On the outside, they can seamlessly switch between guys like Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Grant Williams, and the list goes on and on. Peyton Pritchard. We can keep going. We can keep naming it, but you get the point. The Celtics defense has been the catalyst for their nuclear hot almost 3 months of play. Offensively, the Celtics are just above league average, ranking 11th in offensive rating, 16th in points per game, and 17th in field goal percentage. On the flip side, though, they rank top 10 in true shooting percentage, and they have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who honestly can go for 50 on any given night. Let's get into the Jays. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are the engine to the Celtics' offensive attack. On the season, Jaylen Brown is averaging 23.2 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.3 assists a game, while Jason Tatum is having an all-NBA first-team caliber season, put up numbers of 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 4.3 assists a game. And over their most recent stretch of games, it was 25 games. The Jays, they be getting to it, bro. They be getting to it. Jaylen is sitting around his season averages of 23 points, 5 boards, and a hair under 4 assists a game on 48, 33, and 70 shooting splits. While Jason Tatum has been white hot, like MVP level play. I'm just going to round the number up, you know what I'm saying? Because it's at 0.9, you feel me? He's averaging 30 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists on damn near 50, 40, 90 splits. 49.2% from the field, 39.3% from the three-point line, and 88.8% at the free throw line. Bro been playing so ridiculously, bro. And the reason why is that he's been uber efficient in pick and roll situations. The Celtics run a ton of P&R for JT. And if you look at his skill set, he has the tool to be a threat in those situations. He's got the handlebar. You know how much I love the handlebar. He's got the handlebar. And I'm talking dumb handles, bro. Dumb handles. And he got the jumper that's falling at a damn near 50% rate, and the 3 balls falling at 40%. You got to respect that, bro. And when he gets downhill, you're in trouble too. Because you got to remember. You have to remember this. Jason Tatum is 6'10". He ain't 6'8". He ain't 6'9". He's 6'10", bro. And he's coming downhill with the ability to shift you with a quick cross into a Euro late chip. Come on, dog. Come on. You ain't stopping that. You're not stopping that. And speaking of pick and rolls, Jaylen Brown, in about half the attempts that Jason has in P&Rs, he's been efficient too. As a P&R ball handler, he's shooting about 47% from the 3, 50 in the mid-range, and 50% at the rim. Now, it's a bit different on catch and shoots for JB. He struggled, but when that young man has the ball in his hands, he's a problem, folks. He's a problem. Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is the Celtics' biggest X factor to me. In the last 25 games, he's been great in his role, putting up solid numbers and playing first team All-NBA defense. And he's been hitting his shots recently, and he's majorly underrated as a playmaker, bro. I promise you he is. But in his past 25 games, he's averaging 13 points, 7 assists, a steal and a half a game, while shooting 38% from the three-point line. And I don't know if I'm the only one that bangs this drum enough. Like, when it comes to how important Marcus Smart is to this team, like, he's so important. If Marcus is hitting threes and being a great penetrating playmaker and an all-world defender and a pest, this team is so hard to beat, bro. It's so hard. They're so hard to beat, man. Keep hooping, Marcus. You really doing that, mug. Now let's get into the bigs for the Celtics. Robert Williams III and Al Horford are the anchors in the paint for this team. Both guys are excellent defenders in their own ways. Robert is a supreme shot blocker, and every now and then he can hold his own on the switch and neutralize somebody out there. And Big OG Al is a great post defender who's physical and can stifle attacks at the rim. Offensively, Al is a floor spacer, great screener, good rebounder, and a solid passer, while Robert is a great rebounder, great screener, and a vertical threat. Now, their impact on this team is going to go pretty far because we already talked about the perimeter defenders. Now, him, Daniel Tice, and Al Horford, Robert Williams III, I'm talking about him. Those three guys are going to be so key for them when they're playing guys like Giannis or teams like the Sixers and teams like that. So they're going to be key for this team, and they got a solid group of guys over there, man. Now that we laid out all this information, how far can the Celtics go once we get to the postseason? I definitely think this team can get to the conference finals, but in the East this season, your draw is going to determine how far you can really go. As of right now, I like where the Celtics are at. They're sitting at 4th in the Eastern Conference, and in the first round, as of today, they'll be playing against the Bulls, who I think they can dispatch up pretty easily. Now, the second round is going to be war time. They have to play the winner of the 1-8 matchup, and no matter who it is, more than likely it's gonna be a war, bro. Whether it be Miami, who's currently number 1, or it could be Philly, could be Milwaukee, or it could even be the Celtics themselves. They'd have to match up and survive in the series against Brooklyn or Toronto, it's looking like right now. So matchups matter. But nonetheless, I think this squad is going to have a deep run in their sights this year. And the best part about this all is we get to sit back and watch it all play out for ourselves. And I'll be back to talk about it all. Stay cozy.